Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine
Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine
Namaste Saraswate
Prabhupada
Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Ashtachideshatarine
Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Ashatya Deshatarine
Shri Krishna Chaitanya
Chaitanya
Prabhu Nityananda
Nityananda
Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasari Gaura Bhaktavrinda
Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasari Gaura Bhaktavrinda
Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasari Gaura Bhaktavrinda
Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasari Gaura Bhaktavrinda
Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasari Gaura Bhaktavrinda
Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasari Gaura Bhaktavrinda
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, oh Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama Rama Rama
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, Jai Gaura Premanande. Hare Krishna. Woo! Can we handle it? Welcome to everyone online. We got Kala and we have Nakunja, Nagari. Hare Krishna. And we have Bhakta Adam and Bhakta Cassidy, aka KC.
Bhakta C.
Bhakta C. Thank you for tuning in and coming. So, we're continuing where we left off. Canto 1, Chapter 17, Text 6. Whew. Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Radha Krishna Nahi Anya. Sounds like a baby. Alright. Canto 1, Chapter 17, Text 6. Hey. My favorite baby.
Don't worry, she brought her own book.
I wasn't talking about her. I'm just kidding. Hey, Bull. And Baba Saraham and Ananya just walked in. Nice to see you guys.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining. We're just about to do the invocation here and dive into, I don't know if you're following along or not, but it's 117.6. Read them if you got them. Okay. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Narayanam Namaskritya Narang Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Udirayet Shrinvatam Swakata Krishna Punya Shravana Kirtana Hridyantasto Yabhadrani Vidhunoti Sahritsatam Nashtaprayashpabhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavad-Gita Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki. Jay. Okay. We're hearing about Mars Parikshit coming across the cow and the bull and the Kali. Trying to kill him.
What's the text?
117.6.
Got it.
Yastvam Krishne gate dhuram saha gandiva dhanvana sochosachan rahasi paran vadamarhasi. You rogue! Do you dare beat an innocent cow because Lord Krishna and Arjuna, the carrier of the Gandiva bow, are out of sight? Since you are beating the innocent in a secluded place, you are considered a culprit and therefore deserve to be killed. Purport. In a civilization where God is conspicuously banished, and there is no devotee warrior like Arjuna, the associates of the age of Kali take advantage of this lawless kingdom and arrange to kill innocent animals like the cow in secluded slaughterhouses. Such murderers of animals stand to be condemned to death by the order of a pious king like Maharaj Parikshit. For a pious king, the culprit who kills an animal in a secluded place is punishable by the death penalty, exactly like a murderer who kills an innocent child in a secluded place. Tvam va mrinala dhavala padarnyuna padacharan Vrasharupena kim kaschid devana parikedayan. Then he, Maharaj Parikshit, asked the bull, "Oh, who are you? Are you a bull as white as a white lotus, or are you a demigod? You have lost 3 of your legs and are moving on only 1. Are you some demigod causing us grief in the form of a bull?" Purport. At least up to the time of Maharaj Parikshit, no one could imagine the wretched conditions of the cow and the bull. Maharaj Parikshit, therefore, was astonished to see such a horrible scene. He inquired whether the bull was not a demigod, assuming such a wretched condition to indicate the future of the cow and the bull. Jatu karavendranam durdhanda parirambite utale nupatantyasmin nate praninam sucha. Now, for the first time in a kingdom well protected by the arms of the kings of the Kuru dynasty, I see you grieving with tears in your eyes. Up till now, no one on earth has ever shed tears because of royal negligence. Purport. The protection of the lives of both the human beings and the animals is the first and foremost duty of a government. A government must not discriminate in such principles. It is simply horrible for a pure-hearted soul to see organized animal killing by the state in this age of Kali. Maharaj Parikshit was lamenting for the tears in the eyes of the bull, and he was astonished to see such an unprecedented thing in his good kingdom. Men and animals were equally protected as far as life was concerned. That is the way in God's kingdom. Mashorebhye yatra sucho vitute vrashalat bhayam marodiram bhavadram te kalanam mahishashtari. O son of Surabhi, you need lament no longer now. There is no need to fear this low-class Shudra. And, O mother cow, as long as I am living as the ruler and subduer of all envious men, there is no cause for you to cry. Everything will be good for you. Purport. Protection of bulls and cows and all other animals can be possible only when there is a state ruled by an executive head like Maharaj Parikshit. Maharaj Parikshit addresses the cow as mother, for he is a cultured, twice-born Kshatriya king. Surabhi is the name of the cows which exist in the spiritual planets, and are especially reared by Lord Sri Krishna himself. As men are made after the form and features of the Supreme Lord, so also the cows are made after the form and features of the Surabhi cows in the spiritual kingdom. That was the quote I was thinking of yesterday I shared. That's what I was thinking. As men are made after the form and features of the Supreme Lord, so also the cows are made after the form and features of the Surabhi cows in the spiritual kingdom. In the material world, the human society gives all protection to the human being, but there is no law to protect the descendants of Surabhi, who can give all protection to men by supplying the miracle food, milk. But Maharaj Parikshit and the Pandavas were fully conscious of the importance of the cow and bull, and they were prepared to punish the cow killer with all chastisement, including death. There has sometimes been agitation for the protection of the cow, but for want of pious executive heads and suitable laws, the cow and the bull are not given protection. The human society should recognize the importance of the cow and the bull and thus give all protection to these important animals, following in the footsteps of Maharaj Parikshit. For protecting the cows and Brahminical culture, the Lord is very kind to the cow and the Brahmanas, Go Brahmana Hitaya, will be pleased with us and will bestow upon us real peace.
I wanted to say, it would be really easy for someone who has no idea why we believe that cows are our mother to look at this and just ridicule it.
Really?
Like why are they putting so much importance into animals? Like, it's just an animal. Why are they calling it like? If they saw a king trying to protect a cow, they would think. I guarantee you, there are many people who would just think, like, this is stupid.
Yeah, they don't understand. Actually, this was a topic yesterday that we talked about some. If they come, if people want to just ridicule, that's one thing, but if they're open to hearing, that's another thing. Because then we can explain. Actually,
Yeah.
we just heard a little bit in this purport, as men are made after the form and features of the Supreme Lord Krishna, actually the cows are made after the form and features of the Surabhi cows in the spiritual world. So actually cows are special, and Krishna is, Go, Brahmana, Hitaya, Govinda. He gives pleasure to the cows. God basically especially loves cows. And in our yesterday, actually, Prabhupada said that the purpose of the cow is to give milk, and the purpose of the bull is to produce grains. So actually, there's a system for human beings to live in harmony with the laws of nature, the Varnashram system, and cows are such an integral part of that system. Way more important than any other animal, basically. And they're specifically dear to Krishna. They're basically made in the likeness of transcendental Surabhi cows. So they're special in the animal kingdom, just like men are special. And basically, they're an integral part of human society, but also God consciousness. It's the purpose of human life.
That's awesome.
If you drink goat milk every night, it's not going to give you the same effect as cow's milk. Because actually, cow's milk has a specific feature that it helps develop fine brain tissues to understand spiritual subject matters. Other milks don't do that.
Wow, I didn't know that detail.
Yeah. Not all milk is created equal.
It's also a conditioning thing, right? Like, there's that one old show about, I forget what it's called. It's about how they, take old people and make them into food when they get too old to be useful in society. Do you know what I'm talking about? Rasikis. Point being is that conditioned nature makes us think, why do we care about a cow? Somebody in that society where they eat old people wants to become invalid. It's like, why do we care about old people? It's kind of just like a conditioning thing. But if you're born into a Vedic society where you can see and live the purpose of how it's supposed to be, then you would naturally feel like, wow, how could you kill a cow? Does that make sense? What I'm trying to say?
Just the perspective
Yeah.
and the culture is so different.
Right, we just can't conceive because we're just so conditioned to think that cows are like food and they're just insentient,
Yeah.
useless.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're separate from being around cows.
Yeah, that's a good point.
If you go around cows, they're so beautiful and so peaceful, and it's you can just watch cows graze and just for hours, and it's a meditation. Almost.
Yeah.
They're so peaceful.
Totally.
So even then you think why would you kill something so peaceful? When you become ingrained in just being around them, I can't even imagine why someone could even think about it. Such beautiful creatures.
Yeah, people, if somebody is in a mood of ridiculing and they don't want to hear anything, well, I wouldn't want to be in their position, when they die. If they're doing sinful stuff and stuff. But if people don't want to hear it and they just think it's funny, well, okay, that's good, that's okay. But if somebody is really trying to understand, well, then we should be able to explain something, right? Yeah. So.
Yeah, I can see what Adam's saying too. When I read it, I can also feel why is there someone? It's I know, but it's still in my conditioned nature to think it is a little overemphasized in one sense because of conditioned nature. But when we actually know the truth, we dive deeper. Oh, that's why it's so emphasized.
I received a pretty great sense of irony whenever I started seeing it like that. Like I saw it like that for a second. Like, wait, this is like I played the part of the villain, and I was like, this is stupid. This cow is just a cow. It's just an animal. And then I was like, definitely that's very ironic, because I've had the perception now that cows are our mothers. You know, I remember I read that from Prabhupada about why they're our mothers, and it made me, like, the first time I read it, it kind of hit home. I started arguing in my head with people who didn't agree with me. Anyways.
And cows aren't just animals. They're like spirit souls, just like all of us.
Yeah.
Well, also if we're hearing, we've only heard a little tiny chunk, but if we're hearing like the whole, last couple of days worth of reading up to where we are now, we've heard a lot about society and spiritual culture, and also because cows are specifically dear to Krishna, like they're actually especially dear to God. God loves cows specifically, and so there's a specific karmic arrangement around cows. And, anyway, Prabhupada explains all that, so, it makes more sense when we hear it all together. Yeah. Well, text 9.
Similar to how Krishna loves butter.
Mm-hmm.
Which is like another feature.
Yeah.
Something that he just loves, enjoys.
Yeah, and ghee. Mm-hmm. Ghee wicks.
Yeah, I'm thinking of like his pastimes when he'd like go and steal all the butter.
Yeah. Yeah. Hare Krishna. Alright, text 9. Asare beyatra sucho vitute vrashaladvayam marudiram babadram te kalanam mayi shastari. O son of Surabhi, you need lament no longer now. There's no need to fear this low-class Shudra. And, O mother cow, as long as I am living as the ruler and subduer of all envious men, there's no cause for you to cry. Everything will be good for you. Did I already read this one?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, sorry. I guess we'll just hear it again at this point. Purport. Protection of bulls and cows and all other animals can be possible only when there is a state ruled by an executive head like Maharaj Pradikshit. Maharaj Pradikshit addresses the cow as mother, for he is a cultured, twice-born Kshatriya king. Sodabhi is the name of the cows which exist in the spiritual planets and are especially reared by Lord Sri Krishna himself. As men are made after the form and features of the Supreme Lord, so also the cows are made after the form and features of the Surabhi cows in the spiritual kingdom. In the material world, the human society gives all protection to the human being, but there is no law to protect the descendants of Surabhi, who can give all protection to men by supplying the miracle food, milk. But Maharaj Pradikshit and the Pandavas were fully conscious of the importance of the cow and bull, and they were prepared to punish the cow killer with all chastisement, including death. There has sometimes been agitation for the protection of the cow, but for one of pious executive heads and suitable laws, the cow and the bull are not given protection. The human society should recognize the importance of the cow and the bull and thus give all protection to these important animals. Following in the footsteps of Maharaj Pradikshit, for protecting the cows and Brahminical culture, the Lord, who is very kind to the cow and the Brahmanas, Go Brahmana Hitaya, will be pleased with us and will bestow upon us real peace. Yasya rashtre praja sarvashtarashyante sadvyasadubhi tasya matasya nishyanti kirtirayor bhagavatihi esharajnam parodharma hyartanam nigraha ataenam vidhishyami bhutadruham asattamam.
Another thing about cows is they're like clearly in the mode of goodness.
Yes. Yes, they are.
And same with the Brahmanas. Like they're close to Krishna.
Right. Yeah. And they just happen to squirt milk that completely nourishes everything a human being needs to survive. And especially when they have a calf, they produce extra specifically just for humans. So basically they keep you alive. So it's like, to me, it's insane that you just like hate cows. And like, how can you not see the importance after it's explained to you? You know, it's like, it's your mother. I drink more milk from cows than I did from my mother throughout my life. They're constantly nourishing us. Anyway, Hare Krishna. O chaste one, the good king's name, duration of life, and good rebirth vanish when all kinds of living beings are terrified by miscreants in his kingdom. It is certainly the prime duty of the king to subdue first the sufferings of those who suffer. Therefore I must kill this most wretched man because he is violent against other living beings. Purport. When there is some disturbance caused by wild animals in a village or town, the police or others take action to kill them. Similarly, it is the duty of the government to kill at once all bad social elements such as thieves, dacoits, and murderers. The same punishment is also due to animal killers because the animals of the state are also the praja. Praja means one who has taken birth in the state, and this includes both men and animals. Any living being who takes birth in a state has the primary right to live under the protection of the king. The jungle animals are also subject to the king, and they also have a right to live. So what to speak of domestic animals like the cows and bulls? Any living being, if he terrifies other living beings, is a most wretched subject, and the king should at once kill such a disturbing element. As the wild animal is killed when it creates disturbances, similarly, any man who unnecessarily kills or terrifies the jungle animals or other animals must be punished at once. By the law of the Supreme Lord, all living beings, in whatever shape they may be, are the sons of the Lord, and no one has any right to kill another animal, unless it is so ordered by the codes of natural law. The tiger can kill a lower animal for his subsistence, but a man cannot kill an animal for his subsistence. That is the law of God, who has created the law that a living being subsists by eating another living being. Thus the vegetarians are also living by eating other living beings. Therefore the law is that one should live only by eating specific living beings as ordained by the law of God. The Ishopanishad directs that one should live by the direction of the Lord and not at one's sweet will. A man can subsist on varieties of grains, fruits, and milk ordained by God, and there is no need of animal food save and except in particular cases. The Illusion King or executive head, even though sometimes advertised as a great philosopher and learned scholar, will allow slaughterhouses in the state without knowing that torturing poor animals clears the way to hell for such foolish kings or executive heads. The executive head must always be alert to the safety of the prajas, both man and animal, and inquire whether a particular living being is harassed at any place by another living being. The harassing living being must at once be caught and put to death, as shown by Maharaj Parikshit. The people's government, or government by the people, should not allow killing of innocent animals by the sweet will of foolish government men. They must know the codes of God, as mentioned in the revealed scriptures. Maharaj Parikshit quotes here that according to the codes of God, the irresponsible king or state executive jeopardizes his good name, duration of life, power, and strength, and ultimately his progressive march towards a better life and salvation after death. Such foolish men do not even believe in the existence of a next life. While commenting on this particular verse, we have in our presence the statement of a great modern politician who has recently died and left his will, which discloses his poor fund of knowledge of the codes of God mentioned by Maharaj Parikshit. The politician was so ignorant of the codes of God that he writes, "I do not believe in any such ceremonies, and to submit to them, even as a matter of form, would be hypocrisy and an attempt to delude ourselves and others. I have no religious sentiment in the matter." Contrasting these statements of a great politician in the modern age with those of Maharaj Parikshit, we find a vast difference. Maharaj Parikshit was pious according to the scriptural codes, whereas the modern politician goes by his personal belief and sentiments. Any great man of the material world is, after all, a conditioned soul. He is bound by his hands and feet by the ropes of material nature, and still the foolish conditioned soul thinks of himself as free to act by his whimsical sentiments. The conclusion is that people in the time of Maharaj Parikshit were happy, and the animals were given proper protection because the executive head was not whimsical or ignorant of God's law. Foolish, faithless creatures try to avoid the existence of the Lord and proclaim themselves secular at the cost of valuable human life. The human life is especially meant for knowing the science of God, but foolish creatures, especially in this age of Kali, instead of knowing God scientifically, make propaganda against religious belief as well as the existence of God, even though they are always bound by the laws of God by the symptoms of birth, death, old age, and disease. Ko Vrishchatava Parang Stream Sarabheya Chatuspada Mabhuvang Stvadrasharashtre Ragyam Krishnanivartanam. He, Maharaj Parikshit, repeatedly addressed and questioned the bull thus: O son of Surabhi, who has cut off your 3 legs? In the state of the kings who are obedient to the laws of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, there's no one as unhappy as you. Report. The kings, or the executive heads of all states, must know the codes of Lord Krishna, generally Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam, and must act accordingly in order to fulfill the mission of human life, which is to make an end to all miseries of material conditions. One who knows the codes of Lord Krishna can achieve this end without any difficulty. In the Bhagavad Gita, in a synopsis, we can understand the codes of Godhead, and in the Srimad Bhagavatam, the same codes are explained further. In a state where the codes of Krishna are followed, no one is unhappy. Where such codes are not followed, the first sign is that 3 legs of the representative of religion are cut off, and thereby all miseries follow. When Krishna was personally present, the codes of Krishna were being followed without question. But in his absence, such codes are presented in the pages of Srimad Bhagavatam for the guidance of the blind persons who happen to be at the helm of all affairs. Akyahi vrishabhadram va sadhunam akritagasam atmavairupya kartaram bharatanam kirti dushanam. Can you imagine, like, Prabhupada's vision? You know, like, how against the grain, you know.
Have you seen his letter to the President of India?
I think I have, but I can't remember it.
He's just like, yeah, I have gotten the clue that we can return to Godhead. It's, you are the king, you refer to him as your lordship, and everything.
Yeah, just imagine his... It's amazing. Prabhupada was a real revolutionary, actually. Text 13. Akyahi vrishabhadram va sarunam akritagasam atmavairupakartaram bharatanam kirti dushanam. O bull, you are offenseless and thoroughly honest, therefore I wish all good to you. Please tell me of the perpetrator of these mutilations, which blackmail the reputation of the sons of Pritha.
Blacken.
Huh?
Blacken. He said blackmail.
That's what it says.
Really? It says blacken on mine. Interesting.
One of them's wrong. Maybe this one. Purport. The reputation of the reign of Maharaj Ramachandra and that of the kings who followed in the footsteps of Maharaj Ramachandra, like the Pandavas and their descendants, are never to be forgotten, because in their kingdom offenseless and honest living beings were never in trouble. The bull and the cow are the symbols of the most offenseless living beings, because even the stool and urine of these animals are utilized to benefit human society. The descendants of the sons of Pritha, like Maharaj Parikshit, were afraid of losing their reputations. But in the modern days, the leaders are not even afraid of killing such offenseless animals. Herein lies the difference between the reign of those pious kings and the modern states ruled by irresponsible executive heads without knowledge of the codes of God. Janena gasyagham yunjan sabatasya charmadbhoyam sadhanam bhadramevasyara sadhu damane krite. Whoever causes offenseless living beings to suffer must fear me anywhere and everywhere in the world. By curbing dishonest miscreants, one automatically benefits the offenseless. Report. Dishonest miscreants flourish because of cowardly and impotent executive heads of state. But when the executive heads are strong enough to curb all sorts of dishonest miscreants in any part of the state, certainly they cannot flourish. When the miscreants are punished in an exemplary manner, automatically all good fortune follows. As said before, it is the prime duty of the king or the executive head to give protection in all respects to the peaceful, offenseless citizens of the state. The devotees of the Lord are by nature peaceful and offenseless, and therefore it is the prime duty of the state to arrange to convert everyone to become a devotee of the Lord. Thus automatically there will be peaceful, offenseless citizens. Then the only duty of the king will be to curb the dishonest miscreants. That will bring about peace and harmony all over human society. Man, can you imagine that? Imagine all the people that are out there that kind of follow along with the government once, and therefore they're following along in sinful activities. There's a small section of society that's like criminals, and most of the society, let's just say in America, are just like, people trying to be good and live their life and do what they're told. Can you imagine, like, if the government actually made a, how do you put it? It's the prime duty of the state to arrange to convert everyone to become a devotee of the Lord. They would just be devotees because the state told them to. Just like everything, like now they do everything because whatever the state tells them to. Can you imagine? That'd be amazing. It's actually incredible to imagine because, like, we just went to Farmington Hills, and they have, I think, between 500 and 600 16 rounders. People are chanting like 600 people. Yeah, and it's like I've never seen anything like it. Like a supportive, thriving community of like really fired up devotees. And it was amazing, and just kind of like, hearing this now and imagining, it's like I can only imagine, like, it was like basically the spiritual world there because of all the relationships between all the devotees, real serious devotees, and I was like, man, it's amazing, just that simple thing. If the government actually was pushing for that, a completely different world.
One time I had an idea to write a book glorifying the only Vaishnava that's in House or Congress or something. I don't remember, but Tulsi Gabbard. She's a Vaishnava, she swore in on the Bhagavad Gita. I was thinking, I had the idea, I'm going to talk to Grok. I'm going to formulate a book with Grok, glorifying her, and then she'll become president.
Maybe. Hare Krishna.
Something like that could happen though.
Anybody want to share anything at this point? It is actually like time to.
There's another byproduct the cow gives off besides milk, urine, and stool. The breath. There's studies done that if you breathe in the cow's breath, the effects it has on your neurochemistry, it's like an antidepressant, actually. It's pretty far out. And I've experienced, like, I go to the cows and just breathe their breath every day, and I've definitely noticed how much it affects you.
Wow.
Like, seriously.
Huh.
You have to do it regularly, though. Like, just like an antidepressant, it takes like a couple months to take function or whatever. Because it's a similar chemical effect, but natural. Anyway, just...
Hare Krishna.
Like the universe spells it out for you.
Yeah, it was not to be tasteless, but I was thinking, speaking of things for karmis to criticize, these Hare Krishnas are out there huffing cow's breath. No, but that's cool. I mean, I never heard that.
No, yeah, it's nice.
Yeah, and they got, they got so many products of cow dung.
Mm-hmm.
And they even have like these throat things, little Ayurvedic throat, like cough drops things. I'm pretty sure they're made of cow dung.
There was a guy who called me at the gift shop. He's like, I ordered this, one of my friends gave this to me as a gift. It's called Gopur, and it looks like chocolate, and I'm wondering what it is. So should I eat it? I was like, sir, that's cow poop. Yes, you should eat it. I didn't say it like that, but you know, it was really funny the way he was like so innocently inquiring.
Like, oh, you should definitely eat it. That's definitely good for you. That's medicinal.
Antibacterial?
Antibacterial. It'll actually help your digestion, help your stomach, and
By the way,
yeah, by the way, it's just cow poop. Yeah, yeah.
Haribol, Hare Krishna. That's an insider joke from me, actually. Personal situation. My dad has been devotee a long time and chants Maha Mantra, reads books. He thought it was the candy, so
You thought it was what?
he thought the dupe. He thought it was candy. He's
it's
he
actually,
called. Yeah, my father. Yeah,
Oh, yeah, it was his dad that called.
inside joke there. So
Oh yeah.
thank you for reading.
Yeah, yeah, I remember. Yeah, he told me.
I told you this. Yeah.
Yeah, he told me that he called in. I forgot. Yeah.
So, and as like, you know, when we're describing all these different things too of mata and just the nature, yeah, I think it's really amazing how, again, everything offered from you know, a single being can be honored in that way. And I too have, you know, had a little experience at certain points with collecting urine as I was milking cows and making some sorts of medicine. And no, the properties of just being around them is such a pleasant energy. And again, this last point would be maybe moving towards these structures, you know, that are being mentioned, the hypocrisies of leadership and degradation of things, you know, like the cow as our mata is you know, such a great leader in this way of giving, and wish we could all just give a little more in that mood. So,
Thank you, Prabhuji.
yeah, again, appreciate the association. It's funny.
Appreciate it.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah, and this brings it to a good point also, because basically, you know, one big point to take from it is, you know, Prabhupada's calling the like executive heads and leaders irresponsible, and basically because they're not prioritizing God consciousness. So actually, we can apply this principle in our own life without fear, you know, because we might like find ourselves like, okay, I want to be a devotee, I'm a practicing devotee, but you also have to be practical, what do you say? Which we do. But a lot of times the idea of, okay, we have to be practical means that in some way, like a Krishna conscious perspective is not practical, or like sacrificing, you know, something to, you know, to pursue like material practicality. But actually, we don't have to do that. There's always a way to keep God consciousness, keep Krishna consciousness, as it's like the main duty of the human being. You know, so it's like a, yeah, basically it's our responsibility to keep Krishna in the center somehow or other. And like, you know, it's really unlimited to our imagination, but you know, sometimes we might just like, if the going gets tough, we might like compromise, you know, subtly. So like, I think part of our developing Krishna consciousness is like stepping with faith into that mood, you know, not compromising because of fear of something not working out or something materially, if we're genuinely, you know, walking the path. You have something, Toby?
Yeah, you said keeping God in the center is like the Bhagavatam in the center. Even in the purport for text 12, it says, when Krishna was personally present, the codes of Krishna were being followed without question, but in his absence, such codes are presented in the pages of Srimad Bhagavatam for the guidance of the blind persons who happen to be at the helm of all affairs.
Nice. Yeah, that was the whole mood I was always trained under. What I was taught was, you know, basically keep Prabhupada in the center by keeping his books in the center.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And I always like to remember, the second verse of Srimad Bhagavatam, just that section of, Srimad Bhagavatam is reality, distinguished from illusion, for the welfare of all. It's like the real mood. And all this stuff we're hearing, like there's so many details Prabhupada's giving, and he's giving, far out conceptions sometimes that may be hard to grasp. But he's like training us up how to think in Krishna consciousness. He's giving the principles and details even. And, it's amazing. Actually, if we can receive it, we can just see the effect of it. Hare Krishna. Anything else? Anybody online or in-house? Got some nectar hounds today. It's nice to be with all of you. Hare Krishna. Well, if there's nothing, then I guess we should probably end. Kutara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai.
Yeah.
Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Vanchakalpa Turubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya eva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Anantakoti Vaishnavrinda ki jai.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna.
Jai.
Alright. Hare Bol. Oh, wait a minute. There's something on the... Okay, we got a Hare Krishna on the chat. Hare Bol.
Hare Krishna.
Nikunja. Hare Bol.
A bunch of Hari bowlers around here.
Oh, yeah. Hardcore Hare Bowlers. Alright, well, we'll end it here. Thank you so much for tuning in and coming. Hare Krishna. Krishna willing, we'll be here the same time tomorrow.
Really?
Tomorrow I have to go to Athens for a meeting. So I'll probably go there early and read there. Because the meeting's at 7. So I have to either change the time I'm reading, or I have to go there early and read at the regular time there, because I don't have time to make it there otherwise. Yeah. And then I think I'm coming back here, and we'll be here the next day.
Friday.
Thursday.
Yeah.
Maybe do it early after breakfast.
Tomorrow? Maybe.
I won't be here, unfortunately. Not that it matters, but I'm just voicing it.
Right. I might not, because I might not come here.
Yeah.
Just, I'm trying to save my vehicle and not use it as much.
Yeah.
I tried to do the meeting virtually, but they kind of insisted to meet in person.
Okay.
They want it to be like a real thing and having prasadam and really connecting, so anyway. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Alright, well I'm going to end the reading here. Hare Krishna. Good night, everyone. Hare Bol.